What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. I had one of those really funny misfortunes. I just went for a jog. I got the furthest possible away from home, and all of a sudden it started to downpour out of nowhere. I actually looked at the radar when I got home to see what happened because it looked like it was going to be clear as a bell, just cloudy, and a storm popped up out of nowhere, but that was pretty crazy. So pardon the appearance. I'm soaking wet, but we got to talk today about the sway bar. The rear sway bar, about a week and a half ago, I took it off the truck. Was it a mistake to take it off the truck? Without further ado, no, not at all. The ride of this truck now is 10 times better. And if you're new to the channel, or if you just don't know, I have a TRD Pro suspension on this thing, and Toyota recommends to not put the rear sway bar on when you have the TRD Pro suspension, because it basically takes everything away from that suspension, what it's supposed to do. It's a mid-travel suspension, and it kind of takes it away. It makes the ride feel a lot more jittery, and now that there's no sway bar on there for a week now, the ride is a lot better. There's a little bit of body roll. That's what we always talk about with the sway bar, what it prevents, and you can definitely feel a little bit of a difference in the cornering of the truck, but overall it rides the bumps a lot better now. The stance of the truck has changed just a little bit. When the sway bar was on, it kind of pulled the back end down a little bit, maybe an inch and a half. Now that there's no sway bar, it sits up more even, the truck, ultimately. I still have that front sway bar on. That's just gonna stay for now, but to answer all the questions people have been asking me, do I feel like it was a mistake I took it off? No way. Sway bar is awesome as long as you don't have the TRD Pro suspension or an aftermarket suspension that's meant for more travel, long travel suspension, medium travel suspension. If you have the stock suspension or the TRD off-road suspension, which is, you know, Bilstein shocks, but they're not meant to do any crazy traveling. You know, there's no crazy articulation in those shocks or anything. You'll be good to go. And also, because I always like to say this in any video that has to do with the sway bar, if you off-road, you might just want to skip the rear sway bar. Again, it'll affect articulation, especially if you're rock crawling or anything like that. You also don't want to get a boulder or a big rock caught up between the axle and the sway bar, because who knows, it could rip it off. Something could be damaged on the truck. So then you might want to just say no way to the sway bar. But if you're just in a regular Tundra or a TRD off-road Tundra, check out that sway bar. Definitely try it. It's like 230 bucks. You know, it's not the most expensive thing in the world. Definitely something worth trying. But for me, with the TRD Pro suspension, I'm a lot happier with no sway bar on, so I'm very happy I did it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, Twitter and Instagram at Tundra234, Tundra234 at gmail.com. You guys have a great day.